What happens when drivers block emergency vehicles? On U.S. roads, failing to yield can cost lives. Every second an ambulance is delayed, survival chances drop. Blocked lanes turn traffic into a life or death barrier. This video reveals why yielding to sirens is not optional. It is critical. Welcome to Mr. InfoPoints. Today we are addressing a life or death issue that unfolds on roads every single day, often ignored, often underestimated, yet capable of costing precious human lives in a matter of minutes. This is the dangerous act of blocking or failing to yield to emergency vehicles. Ambulances, fire trucks, and police units, when every second they lose on the road could mean the difference between survival and tragedy. It happens in the United States, in Europe, in Asia, in the Middle East, and across crowded cities and highways worldwide. Sirens scream, lights flash, but traffic does not always move. And when traffic refuses to move, time runs out. Picture this scene clearly. An ambulance siren pierces through the noise of a busy highway. Inside that ambulance lies a man suffering from a massive heart attack. Paramedics are working desperately, monitoring his pulse, delivering oxygen, preparing defibrillation equipment. They know the concept of the golden minutes, the critical window in which medical intervention dramatically increases survival chances. Outside, however, traffic is dense. Drivers hear the siren, but hesitation spreads. Some drivers freeze. Some continue driving as if nothing is happening. Others try to outrun the ambulance instead of pulling aside. A few even block intersections, unaware that behind them someone's life hangs in balance. Emergency vehicles operate under extreme urgency. When an ambulance activates its siren and lights, it signals a race against time. Fire trucks responding to a burning home know that flames double in size every minute. Police units responding to violent emergencies know that delay can escalate danger. Yet despite public awareness campaigns and strict laws in many countries, failure to yield remains a recurring and deadly problem. In the United States, traffic laws in all states require drivers to move to the right and stop when emergency vehicles approach with lights and sirens activated. Failure to do so can result in heavy fines, license suspension, and even criminal charges if obstruction leads to injury or death. Yet real-world footage and traffic reports repeatedly show vehicles blocking lanes, failing to clear intersections, or attempting to follow closely behind ambulances to bypass traffic. These reckless behaviors not only delay response times but create additional hazards. Across Europe, similar laws exist. Drivers are required to form what is known as an emergency corridor, especially on highways. Vehicles in the left lane move left. Vehicles in other lanes move right, creating a clear path in the center. In theory, this system works efficiently. In practice, panic, confusion, and selfishness often disrupt the formation of that corridor. Seconds are lost. Critical patients deteriorate. In densely populated cities in Asia, the challenge intensifies. Narrow roads, heavy congestion, and unpredictable traffic patterns make maneuvering difficult. Drivers sometimes hesitate, unsure where to move. Motorcyclists may block gaps. Buses and trucks struggle to reposition. The siren continues to echo, but forward movement slows to a crawl. Every stalled second increases risk for the patient inside. The emotional weight of this issue becomes clear when we understand what happens inside an ambulance during those delays. Paramedics are trained professionals, but they operate within strict time limits. For cardiac arrest victims, brain damage can begin within 4 to 6 minutes without oxygen. For severe trauma patients losing blood, rapid surgical intervention is crucial. For stroke victims, early treatment dramatically improves recovery outcomes. These are not abstract statistics. These are real human beings, fathers, mothers, children, friends, whose survival depends on rapid transport. There have been tragic cases where ambulances were delayed in traffic, and patients did not survive. Investigations later revealed that blocked intersections or vehicles refusing to yield contributed to critical lost time. While it is impossible to say whether faster access would have guaranteed survival, the possibility remains that a clear road might have changed the outcome. And that possibility alone should compel every driver to act responsibly. Fire trucks face similar urgency. When responding to a residential fire, minutes determine whether flames are contained to one room or consume an entire structure. Families may still be inside. Firefighters rely on rapid arrival to initiate rescue and suppression. A blocked lane or a driver who refuses to yield may unknowingly contribute to devastating property loss or loss of life. Police vehicles responding to emergencies also depend on cooperation from other drivers. Whether it is a violent crime in progress, a missing child alert, or a serious accident scene requiring immediate control, delayed response can escalate danger. Emergency services form the backbone of public safety, but their effectiveness depends heavily on civilian awareness and cooperation. Why do drivers fail to yield? The reasons vary. Some drivers panic and do not know which direction to move. Others are distracted by music or conversation and react too late. Some underestimate the seriousness of the situation, assuming it is not urgent. A small minority act selfishly, refusing to give up position in traffic. Regardless of intent, the outcome remains the same. Obstruction delays emergency response. The solution requires both awareness and discipline. When drivers hear a siren or see flashing lights, the immediate response should be calm, controlled action. Check mirrors. Signal intention. Safely move to the right side of the road. Avoid stopping in intersections. Never attempt to outrun or follow closely behind emergency vehicles. Creating a clear path is not optional. It is a moral and legal obligation. Education plays a crucial role. Driver training programs must emphasize proper yielding behavior. Public awareness campaigns should illustrate real consequences of delays. Social responsibility begins with understanding that emergency vehicles are not inconveniences. They are lifelines. Imagine once more that ambulance racing through traffic. Now imagine every driver responding correctly. Lanes clear smoothly. Vehicles form a corridor. Intersections remain open. The ambulance passes without obstruction. Inside, paramedics arrive at the hospital within the golden window. Doctors take over immediately. A life is saved. A family is spared unbearable grief. That outcome begins not inside the ambulance, but with the simple decision of every driver to move aside. Blocking emergency vehicles is not merely a traffic violation. It is a potentially fatal mistake. It transforms ordinary citizens into obstacles between life and death. Roads are shared spaces, and with that shared space comes shared responsibility. Every siren represents urgency. Every flashing light signals a crisis. And every driver has the power either to delay help or to deliver it. The next time you hear a siren approaching from behind, remember that inside that vehicle someone may be fighting for survival. Do not hesitate. Do not freeze. Do not compete. Move aside calmly and immediately, because one day, the ambulance seeking a clear path may be carrying someone you love. Subscribe to the channel for more facts, real stories, and practical guidance that can save lives. Together, one slow, sensible mile at a time. This has been Mr. InfoPoints. We aim to inform, to change behavior, and to save lives through clear facts, real stories, and practical guidance. Drive responsibly, stay alert, and protect not only yourself but everyone sharing the road with you. Arriving safely is always the most important destination. Stay awake, stay vigilant, and we will meet again in our next episode with another vital topic that affects everyday life.